Hey guys, J0, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you are in. Mid-morning coffee break here. Holy crap, man! Love my coffee. A couple of questions and just a little update. Kind of sit and hang out with you guys for a minute. We're doing fine out here, feeling better. Weather's broke. We're getting into fall. My favorite time of the year. Hunting season is getting ready to get in on us, and most of the harvesting is done. Actually, I think tomorrow night is when we're having our little hootenanny shindig for the creek folks up in the hayfield across from my house here that my neighbor does every year. Super great dude, man, and it's just a time for all of us, all of us Billies to get together out here on the creek and make some s'mores and eat some hot dogs and kind of have a night off and an evening off to kick our heels up and listen to some bluegrass music and thank God that that the summer harvest is over and the summer work is done, and to ask God to see us through all of our fall and winter work that we got to do. So it's a good thing. It's just a way for us to get together and kind of fellowship and hang out and be neighborly. So that's going on tomorrow night. What else we got going on? Oh, I know somebody's going to ask me about this. This is goldenrod. We cut some goldenrod and we've got it hanging up to dry. There's about a bazillion uses for goldenrod. It's even got plays a little bit of part in our history if you do some research around the Boston Tea Party time. But we got some of that drying. I know somebody's going to ask what it is, so that's what we have. I'm not going to tell you all the uses for it because I don't know all the uses for it. It's good to make tea out of, and animals love it. So there you go. That's our uses for it. I've got quite a few new viewers, and welcome aboard everybody, and thank you very much for viewing our videos. And I've had a few of them here recently ask me the prepping questions. What are you prepping for? How do I start prepping? What does it mean to be prepared, and all this other kind of stuff. And I want to say, I am not an authority on preparedness. Do not. All I can tell you is what I have been through and what I do for my situation and for my family. Personally, I believe that prepping is very individualized, meaning that it's specific to your family. Preparedness is specific. The things that I will need for my family in the area that I live may not pertain to what you will need for your family in the areas that you live. There's a lot of good, good folks out there who've got good ideas and stuff, but all those are ideas that you can take and make your own, like a recipe. Make it your own thing to create your own preparedness situation so that your family will be, as well taken care of as they can. The first thing that I did whenever I started realizing that I needed to be a little more prepared for an emergency, especially living out here where we live in the hills, was I took stock of what we had on hand, and then I started keeping notes about, every time we made dinner, what did we use, and then I added that up over the course of the week, and I would try to get a rough idea of how much food we used for a week just for the dinner, just for the one large meal. I figured that if we were in an emergency, we would have little snacks here and there, but we would have one big hot meal a day, probably for lunch, that would help us, get everything going through the rest of the day. And then the rest of the time would just be, snacks here, fruits, and whatever we could, get our hands on that would be extra. But I tried to figure out what we would need for one good meal a day for a week. And once I determined about what I needed for a week, then I tried to get an extra week and keep an extra week on hand. That way I knew I was good for a week. And then I tried to figure out what I would need for 2 weeks. And then I tried to have 2 weeks. And then I kept going through the month, and then 3 months, and then 6 months, and then 9 months. And pretty soon you will find that just by making a few extra purchases whenever you're at the grocery store, a few more cans of this, a couple little packs of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, pretty soon you've got quite a bit built up, and it's very That's not easy to do because, especially with the prices of groceries nowadays, and especially if you're on a very limited income, such as we are. But it is doable. It is doable, and you can get it done relatively quickly. Within a month or two of making extra purchases, you could have yourself set up for an extra month or two. You may have to cut back on buying, for this week we're going to have to drink iced tea versus soda. That way I'll take the money that I was going to spend on soda, buy extra stuff with it, and set it aside. You may have to do some things like that, like we do, but it is what it is. It's very doable, and it's very doable. And like I say, I am by no means an authority. I am not one of the expert preppers. I'm not an expert in anything. So that's just an idea how I started. The things that I prepare for. I mean, I know there's a lot of scary stuff going on in the world, and people will look at the news and people will watch certain videos and they'll just get terrified. Try not to make, in my opinion, again, try not to make any preparations or purchase any gear or anything like that based on fear. Fear is a very useful emotion, but when it comes to making decisions on gear that you may need or preparations, I have found that that it's not always the greatest time to make one of those purchases is when you're afraid. Sometimes you'll end up getting gear that you don't really need or that you never will need, or it's a very unique piece of gear that can only be used for one situation, and that may be overburdening the resources that you have to put towards other things. Myself, I prepare for the things that I know happen every year, which is summer storm season and winter storm season. Those are my main concerns because we're out here in the middle of nowhere, and there's times when we can't get to town or we can't get to the store. We're on our own, and that's what drives me to make sure that I have some things set back and some other pieces of gear to make sure that we're able to cook, we're able to keep ourselves warm. We have a little bit of power and food, of course, and water. So those are what drives me. I do not prepare for, how can I put this? If the world is so bad that I can't put seeds in the ground and try to grow food for my family and for my animals, then I'm probably done right there, because I don't prepare for those like a huge nuclear event. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I don't prepare for that kind of stuff. I figure if there's a huge nuclear event, or if there's any kind of a huge event that makes the world so bad that I can't live where I live out in the middle of nowhere and grow food, then the world is probably so bad off that I probably don't want to be here anyway. So, I know that sounds kind of gruff, but that just is what it is. If it gets so bad that I can't plant seeds, then I don't have any plans on surviving in that kind of a world. I don't even like the thought of that. So, but if the economy has some issues, or if the storms, we get some storms, we have some issues, we're good with that. We can handle that for a little while anyway. So I know that's a very generalized answer to those things, but it is what it is. It's a very personal thing. Take a look at yourself. Take a look at your family. Take a look at your personal responsibilities, because that's what I look at. No matter what's going on in the world, my family is going to look to me every day to provide, and that's what I prepare for. So hope that helps. Hope that helps, man. Lastly, the cookbook thing. The cookbook is in the works. It's going to take a little while to get everything together and to make it happen and to figure it all out. But it is in the works. The cookbook is. So my question for you guys is, one, if say it's going to be maybe 120, 130 pages long or so, it's going to probably come out first in like an ebook format. And then we'll try to maybe get some ones printed, I guess. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. I don't know exactly what you guys would be interested in. I don't know. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think as far as is the ebook okay, or does it need to be in print? If you got a title suggestion, throw it out there and let me know what you think about it. For a title of this cookbook. And lastly, what do you think something like that is worth? What would it be worth? I don't even know what I would charge for it. Yet this is going to be a way for me to try to make a little bit of extra money to try to finish up some projects and get some other projects going here on our place. And it's going to be very, very helpful. But I don't. At the same time, I'm not really comfortable charging. I don't know what to charge for a cookbook that's that 120, 130 pages. So let me guys know what you guys think it's worth, because you're going to be the ones who's going to be putting the money out. Let me know whatever you think. $5, whatever. Let me know what you guys think it's worth, and we'll go from there. Like I say, if you have a suggestion for the title, let me know what you think. I really appreciate any suggestions. I really appreciate all you guys' views. The encouragement that I get through the comments is just wonderful. You guys really make me. There'll be sometimes, some days when I'm feeling crappy and I'm having a bad day, and somebody's comment will just lift me up, and it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel warm, and it makes me happy knowing that we are a very tight-knit community, people who actually care about each other, genuinely try to help each other out and make it through this crazy journey that we all call life, man. So I really appreciate you guys. So you guys have a great day. Make sure we drink plenty of coffee. Holy crap. And thanks for watching. God bless. The end. Buzz, the end.